What's up guys, welcome back to the Zeusdaz Unemulated Retro Game channel. I go by the name of Zeus, and for this Let's Play I'm going to bring you Arkanoid II on the Spectrum 128K, Arkanoid Revenge of Doe. When I first bought this, I remember seeing it in the shop. I never knew anything about it. I didn't know it was going to be, I didn't even know it was coming out or anything. I loved the first game on the Spectrum, really liked that game. And when I saw it, I remember rushing back to my house, having to catch a bus to get to my house, getting the £10 that I saved up for what have you, getting a bus back into town and then buying this game, getting back home again to load it up. By then I only had a 48k plus Spectrum, and when I loaded it I was actually really disappointed. I didn't like it. I didn't like the sound effects. I didn't like the backgrounds. I thought it made my eyes hurt too much. It was just a big difference from Arkanoid 1. So for months I suffered the fact that I bought a game which I didn't like, until a mate of mine at the time who had a 128k loaded it up on his, because the 128k version's on side B of the tape. And when I saw that, that completely changed my mind. The sound effects were gorgeous, it suited the game much more, and because of that I tended to forget the backgrounds, how sore to my eyes they were. I actually got used to them, and I enjoyed playing the game quite a bit, especially with the 128k AY sound effects. So my opinion changed dramatically from the first viewing of Arkanoid 2 that I got, which was on the 48k. I've never completed this without cheats. It is on my channel along with the first game, completely unemulated from start to finish, the entire game. If you want to see that, a link in this description. Like all my other channel videos, there'll be a link in this particular video. Click on that and it will take you straight to that walkthrough of it, completely unemulated and without commentary. I actually really like this game. I'm going to start it off now, and the idea is Doe has come back and causing a bit of annoyance to people out there. See, I love the sound effects of this. The backgrounds are a little bit eyesore. You've got to get used to them. The first game didn't have any backgrounds at all. It was just static colours, red or blue. And but this one, yeah. And there's a pod, a bonus pod, which you really don't want to collect. It's got SC on it, and that means scroll, and that really will make your eyes go funny. You don't want that. Oh, that was a bad one, wasn't it? Don't know what level I've got to without cheats on this. I've got quite far, I must admit, but I certainly haven't completed it. I think the only breakout I've ever completed without cheats whatsoever was Giganoid on the Amiga. I love that sound effect when you get the extension. Much better than the 48k version sound effects. Yeah, Giganoid was the only one I've completed without cheats. I did that twice, I think. 50 levels in that. Great game. It's on my channel. Check it out. But this one, yeah, there's a lot more shadows to the ball, the bat. Some of the icons, power-ups are pretty cool. There's one of them which it looks like a snake. You usually see it on level 2, and you collect that, and all kinds of weird and wonderful things happen. From a 1,000,000-mile-an-hour laser to a million boars. Yeah, very good bonuses. So I definitely want to try and get to that level to hopefully show you some of them. That's what I want. Laser. There we go. Keep your finger on it. There's no point keep pressing it. Come on. Keep getting them. Ow! I took my eye off it. Careless. Right. Oh, I didn't even press that button then, but that was good. It got that one out of the way. Yeah, first a few seconds it starts off a bit painfully, a bit slow. Oh, there it is. I'll show you it. Oh, now you can see the background's moving, and if you've got a headache, well, you don't really want to play this game if you've got a headache anyway, because of the backgrounds. When they're static, they can be a bit sore to your eyes, but this pill. Oh, the worst backgrounds are the bright green ones. There's three. There's red with this one, green, and there's blue. But the green one is the worst because it's a bright green. That's what I want, the laser. Oh, you bugger! Keeping the ball alive is much more important. Bloody hell, I could have had that. And this scrolling is really starting to be a little bit painful. Come on, get up there and get those ones. Right, 2 to go. No, you're in the way. Yeah, no. Bugger. No. Come on. Oh, good shot. Right, I should only have to hit them. Oh, that was gunning for them. And again, you fucker. You little bugger. Come on, let's get to level 2. No, but when I first saw this on the 128, I thought, yeah, okay, I've changed my mind. I like it. It's much more pleasing to the ears. The 48k sound effects were just a bit annoying, to be honest with you. Come on, give me that last brick. Give me that last brick. Let's send the ball that way. Which didn't do anything at all. Go on, is that I got it? Yeah. Oh! Come on. Do me a favour, help me out here, boys. It's only level 1. And I don't want the flipping invincible brick. Get out of the way. Come on, give me that. Yeah, right, that's the one we want, that exit. Now, if it gives me, this is where you find these, what I call snake bonuses. They do all sorts of weird things. There's one. Whoa, there we go. Well, there's much more impressive bonuses than that it can give you. Sometimes it gives you 2 of them. That was a bit of a letdown, actually. The 100-mile-an-hour laser is brilliant. No, I don't want that scrolling. And when it gives you about 100 bores that go through all the bricks, power bores, that's something else as well. Before you know it, the level's done within seconds. Oh, I've got a ghost. Which you can, there it is. What's that one? Whoa, there we go. B, thank you very much. I didn't actually want to go through that. Oh, yes, I did. And there's your blue background. That's probably the most easiest to the eyes. Another ghost. M's a good one, because that gives you 3 bores, and every time you lose one, it comes back. So that's a useful one to have, that. So I'm quite happy to lose some of these. They automatically reappear. Another ball will merge into one. But you've got to keep one active, otherwise, yeah, you won't. You'll lose a life. Got to try and get that. That's the worst part, the bottom level there. Those bricks. Ah, there we go. Oh, I never noticed that one on there before. I've never had one of those snake bonuses on this level before, ever. Come on, give me 1 brick. Which way do we go? Twins, they're not much good. Well, actually they are, but they can go down the gap. Oh shit, I picked up a nasty one. How are we going to do twins? Yeah, you want to watch the middle, because the ball will fall through it. So there's 4 backgrounds, I forgot about this one. Yeah, this is so much better than the 48k version. I didn't like that at all. I've uploaded some of that as well on my channel, not the full game though, but you'll see it if you just type Arkanoid and Zeusdaz next to it. Then you'll get to see it. But I loved Arkanoid 1. I remember finally getting a hack program for it and typing in this huge hack program to get infinite lives, and coming home, spending one night before I went to, on a Friday I think it was. I was only, how old was I? About 14, something like that. I remember playing the game all the way through. It took me about an hour and 10 minutes. Something like that, anyway. But this game was developed by another cracking game by Imagine. Part of Ocean. Ocean bought out Imagine years before that. But Ocean has always been my favourite 8 and 16-bit software house. They produce some beautiful conversions. A couple of duff ones, but generally very good ones. So I've always been happy with them. And Mike Lamb did the coding. And Mike Lamb was the guy who brought you Target Renegade. on the Spectrum. Don't know about the other versions. So yeah, the ball movements are very good as well. They're quite true. They don't suddenly change direction if it doesn't hit anything. I've got a few breakout clones like that where the ball's just flying through mid-air. It's not hitting anything and it changes complete direction. Now that is crap programming, but this is alright, and I've just died. That's my last life, isn't it? Round 4, okay. And if you type P-Brain in the air, you get to start off on the same. In fact, we might do that actually. Let's do that. P-Brain. Let's put P-Brain in, that way I can start off on the same. I've always said I don't use cheats on my Let's Plays, but I don't really call this a cheat. It's not. Come on then. Enter. Why aren't you entering P? I can't seem to enter my score. Ah, there we go. No, it's not as if it's infinite lives or anything. And I'm trying to beat a score. There we go. Oh no, it didn't work. I swear it's P-Brain. Maybe I should have. I think I should have pressed the space. Oh, never mind. All right, we'll try again. Level 1. Like I said, that's an excuse. We call that a sign. I've always said I don't use cheats or level skips during my Let's Plays. I've just put the correct code in. I know I have, but I think I should have pressed the space bar, not the return button. So we look at that as a sign. It's telling me, no, you're not using cheats, Darren. You're not using cheats. So deal with it. So I will. I'll just deal with it. But I always use keyboard. Joystick's impossible. With these sort of games, the best device to use is obviously one of those turners, but I never had one for the Spectrum. I don't know if you could get one for the Spectrum, to be honest with you. Next best thing is a mouse. A lot of breakout clones on the 16-bit were used with the mouse, but for the Spectrum it's a good old keyboard, and I'm using a 128K plus 1, the toast rack version. Because I find it a lot more prettier than the bloody plus 2. I think they were ugly looking things. I'm sure I brought that out. Okay, come on. Yeah, it plays really well, to be honest with you. It does play well. It's got a fair level of difficulty. It can get a bit fast later on, but the ball's quite fat, and the bats are quite fat too. I mean, if you've seen some of the breakouts on the 16 bits, I mean, they did a fantastic. Discovery did a beautiful conversion of Arkanoid, classy conversion of Arkanoid. But that's the same problem in the arcade. The mouse is the ball is quite small, the screen is big, and the bat's small, so it's a lot harder. Whereas this, you've got more chance of keeping hold of it. Laser, that's what we want. Oh, what? No way, that stunk. That weren't fair. Robbed. Right, let's try again. Okay, come on. Give me some lasers. I need some lasers, and this time give it to me fairly. Don't rob it. Grab the E for the erection. I always call it the erection pill. Don't have to explain, do I? Well, that's useful. Let's go this way this time. Ah, the moving bricks. Yeah. You touch them and they start to move, which can help, but can be a pain in the ass as well. Ah. Okay. Come on. Get up there. Bloody stay up there, that's it. Oh, were you joking? It took me 5 attempts to get it up there and 1 attempt to come straight back down. That stinks. What a load of rubbish. Robbed again. Bloody games. They never play fairly. Okay, no, 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 no. I think I've got to about level 15 without cheats, if I remember right. Which I think is pretty good. Considering I was a young lad that spent most of his time... oh, it's game over. That really was whack that go, wasn't it? I spent most of my time playing lots of different games rather than concentrate on one. A lot of us were like that though. We always tried to play as many different games as we could. I just put... I won't continue with that one. So what do you think? I don't know. What do I think? I think it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good sequel, especially the 128K version. It's got great sound effects. The graphics are very nice. They can get a bit eyesore. Stay away from the SC capsule. If you grab that, prepare yourself for a bit of a eyesore. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I never saw the Arkanoid II in the arcade, so I can't compare it if it's the same. But I think it's a very nice version. It's a very playable one. In 128K version, I must say, the sound effects are much better. So the Imagine guys did another good job, I think. I think they Imagine were really on full form from 86, 87 to about 89. They brought out some cracking games, conversions. You had your Operation Wolves, your Thunderbolts, you had your Target Renegade and your Renegade, Combat School, Arkanoids. They were on a roll, no doubt about it, that software house, and I've always loved them. They brought out some brilliant games. So there you go, that's Arkanoid 2, Revenge of Doe. Yeah, if you like breakout games, give it a shot. It's worth a few goes, but play Arkanoid 1 first. That's my suggestion. Get a bit of practice on that. It's a little bit more faster, but and looks a bit more primitive than this. This is more of a turbo version of Arkanoid, I would say, compared to the first one. But both games are very nice to play, so give them both a shot, is what I say. Okay guys, until next time, happy gaming.